right, everybody, this is Fat Jesus Live. We are here at Destiny 2 University. That's right, baby. We are here to help out. No, this is not Streaming University. This is Destiny 2 University, the game that started it all. That's right, baby. Bungie, who created Halo, and so did Microsoft, created Destiny 2, an amazing game, huge mechanics, just a bunch of worlds to go to, incredible mechanics where all like so much, just incredible. So, and I'm here to show you. I mean, there's just too much to talk about, just to lay it out to you right now. Yeah! Woo! That's right, baby. Power, strength, intensity. Welcome to the live stream TikTok. Welcome. It is great to see you. We have started at 4:29 p.m. We're a little early, usually at 5 p.m. Sometimes we're even late. So this time we're a little early. Thank you so much for joining us. Right now, I want to say thank you to Epidemic Sounds for providing us the incredible music for our stream. I pay yearly for the music, and they have thousands and thousands of artists that provide music through them, and that there's streamers around the world that play their music on there. And the music that you just heard through my intro that Dr. Disrespect and some other streamers have used, that's from them. It's from Epidemic Sound. So you could use it too. It does not specifically, you know, these streamers did not buy the music, and it's not theirs. They actually pay for the service, and they use the music for their stream. Now, once, let's say for instance, if I made a lot of money, then I would hire a musician specifically to make music for me. Then that music is mine specifically, and nobody else can take it or steal it. And that is my music. And if someone tries to steal or take it, then, you know, I would get lawyers, and they would protect my interest. So it's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. So I got a lot going on here. Get my phone up and running. We got a lot going on today. Let's clear all the messages on my phone, and let's get TikTok going. Let me see. There we go. All right. There's my stream. My stream is running really nicely. And if you're on TikTok right now, you know, it'll be nice. Go ahead and the more you tap on the screen, the more likes is on there. That shows the algorithm that you like the stream, and you know how it works. So I appreciate it. Just go ahead and help me out there. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for liking the TikTok stream. My name is FatJesusLive. Where did I get my title from? Well, I like the word fat, and I like the word Jesus. Jesus. I'm from Hispanic origins, my family, and I was born and raised in the United States. And I was overweight, 450 pounds, and now I went through a surgery that saved my life. So technically, I should not be alive today, and the surgery saved my life. So I am now alive, and I will not be leaving this earth anytime soon. So I was thinking about changing my name to Skinny Jesus, like skinny jeans, but I thought it would be, inappropriate. So I just said I'm just gonna stick with the name, and I'm just gonna go ahead and provide the story of my life and how I lost weight. And I don't have no weight loss company, or I'm not gonna sell you a weight loss pill, because that's what some people would do, to make money. They will try and do that, and they'll use their weight loss to sell you a fake pill. And I'm not gonna do that to you. But I will tell you, stay away from sodas, stay away from sugar, stay away from bread. Most of the bread, there's bread out there that is like keto bread. That's good for you. It's okay, but stay away from most of it. There's kosher bread out there. There's bread that is poisonous out there. Like the preservatives. Stay away from preserved food. Fresh food all the time. Spend the bulk of your money on fresh food, and that's what I've been doing to stay healthy. I mean, I'm telling you, if you want to save money, don't save money on food. Save money on gas, save money on a car, save money on buying a TV on Black Friday, save money on products, save money where it counts, but don't save money on food. Do not save money on food, okay? Spend money on food. Spend the money on fresh products. That is called fresh food. Okay, fresh food, that whatever goes in your mouth and into your body, spend the money. What you put on your body, like soap or something, make sure, or like deodorant and stuff that has aluminum, get rid of that stuff. Aluminum free deodorant, buy that. It's gonna be like $20 or $15 to get aluminum free deodorant. That's worth it. That's worth it. I'm telling you, there are things in this world you can't get at a cheaper price, but it's worth it. You can get coupons. You could get coupons, and you could clip those coupons and save money, and you could get things on sale. Like this June, July will be Prime Day, so I will be able to get a bunch of stuff on sale cheaper than they usually are throughout the year, and I will buy it in bulk. That way I don't run out of it. Like aluminum free deodorant that is not in plastic. So my goal this year is to lose weight, to work out, walk. As you saw in the last stream, I have my walking stick and all my gear, so I'm gonna be more active. And my other goal is, and this is a real goal, this is not like a wishful thinking thing, because I actually bought products to do this, and it is I'm gearing up for that, and I'm gonna stream it. So it's the real deal. And you guys are holding me to it too, and that's the thing. You're holding me accountable. So this is a huge thing for me, and it's hard for me because I'm a disabled veteran, combat vet that doesn't like to go out in public or go anywhere. So it's very difficult for me to leave the house, and it's going to be a big major milestone for me to maneuver into the world. Yeah, it's crazy. It is crazy. I wish I could make it less crazy, or make it sound less crazy, but I would like to slay it, guys. I want you guys to rizz me up, and just make me, because all I'm doing is trying to bring you some facts, and I'm just phantom taxing this stuff, man. Thinking so far into the future and what things are gonna be like for me, and I'm not Delulu on this. Some of you think I'm Delulu, and I'm not, and I'm.
Oh, because you're picking up her things.
So, I'm hoping that. I'm hoping that you guys can rizz me up, and I'm hoping I could flex. I'm hoping I could flex all of this. The stream, I could flex the stream. I could flex everything that I say, and then you guys will go, I'm gonna do the same. That's what I want to do. That is the goal. The goal is, hey, I'm gonna do something to change my world, and maybe others are gonna do the same too. That would be epic. That would be. You'd be like, man, I'm thirsty. I'm gonna do the same thing too. I'm so that's, oh my gosh, that's amazing. And and you guys will be like, wow. You're either gonna say that's God, you know, and or you're gonna be like, Riz, this guy's risen it, you know, this guy, yes. But you know, but then I'm gonna have people Ohioing, you know, it's gonna be like, you know, I know people are gonna be like Ohio, you know, they're gonna be, but they're so mid, and I'm not gonna treat people bad, and then and they're in their mid area, and they're just, I'm not gonna pay attention to the mids, leave them alone, you know. To me, the mids, I don't care about them, you know. I do care about the mids, because those are the guys. You know what? I care about the mids. You know why? Because those are the people that I need to reach out to so that they can do the same. Because I used to be a mid. I used to Ohio people a lot, and I needed a change. So you know what? Fuck that. You know what? I used to be those people, and I changed. So I believe in you, and I want you to change too. So you know what? You guys can do it. You can do it. I believe in you. So riz it, you know? I want you to riz it up. So believe in yourself, and that is so important. It's so important. I think you guys know what I'm talking about, and I want you all to support me. Please. You know? Did I want to, are you shook? Because I'm talking the way I'm talking and saying what I'm saying? Or are you guys listening to what I'm saying and understanding what I'm saying? Because I'm pulling out facts here. This is my life, and I want to emulate that, and I want to phantom tax that idea outward to the future. I want y'all to remember that. All right. Hey, user 724-990, Casey, welcome to the stream. Appreciate it. So, am I mewing? Yeah. Let's slay this stream today. I want you all to love it. Love it. So, give me a second here. Let's play some music while we're at it. And it's enough that you guys hear me talking. I need to get my other things up and running. Welcome to TikTok Live. I am FatJesusLive, and I appreciate you guys hitting that follow, liking that, and tapping that screen and talking to me. I like it when you react, and I love it when you tell me where you're from, because I'm gonna come visit you. I'm gonna come visit your country, and I'm gonna come visit your state, your city. I'm gonna travel. I have plans, and I'm right now I'm talking to Amtrak right now to get sponsored, and I'm gonna travel across the country, and then I'm gonna talk to Redbus, and they're gonna sponsor me, and we're gonna travel around the world, and I'm gonna travel to each city, and then I'm gonna be filming. And I want people to support me, protect me out there from the people that steal and rob and want to hurt me and stuff like that. I need you guys to be there for me and watch over me, and you know, we all need to protect each other. And that's the truth. That is the facts. Because if we don't protect each other, then nobody is, you know. It's so important for us to have trust. And then there's people out there that just don't. They're gonna say the same thing I'm saying right now, and those are the bad people, you know. I just want you guys to understand, for this to work, we need to work together and build up I'm not rich. I don't have a lot of money. I'm not a millionaire. I'm not. I promise you. I'm not lying to you. I'm not trying to troll you. I am barely making it. And not everybody is sending me money or anything like that. I don't have any donations coming in. I'm just trying my best to get people to like company to give me a free ride here and there, but they don't give me money. They don't put money in my pocket. They don't. They just say, here's a free ticket. But when I get there, y'all think I got money in my pocket. I don't have money in my pocket. So you're wasting your time. If you're a bad person, you're wasting your time with me, because I'm not Elon Musk. I'm not. I don't have bodyguards and all this stuff. You're wasting your time. So that's the problem. That's the problem I face today. I am worried about traveling because I don't have travel insurance. And travel insurance is what pays people. It pays, you know, let's say for instance, if you get kidnapped or something like that, then the insurance pays for it. I don't have that. I don't have that. I'm nobody. I'm Fat G. I'm someone to you, but I'm nobody to the bit on the top. I'm nobody on the top. I might be somebody to some people on the top because they watch my stream. Those people watch my stream, but I don't believe I'm too. Some people say I'm humble because I don't know them personally. I don't go to their house and eat dinner with them. They know me because they watch my stream. And I worked with them in the past in the movie set or a TV set. You know, John Favreau, if you're watching my stream, you know, we worked together. You know, you were across from me and you were directing and you were very busy and you told me to go here and go there. I did the job and you loved me. I was the guy, you know, and there's so many directors that worked with me. So I love my coffee. I make it fresh. I love making my own stuff. Starbucks can't make it better than me. Starbucks doesn't know how to make it better than me. What's up, Jeff, Sarah, View, DC, Pet, Pete, Kevin, Ruflio, Keno, Ashley, welcome to the stream. Thank you for Destiny 2. All right. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let me pull up. I gotta pull up something else here. Pop it out and pull it over. Sorry, guys. I'm doing some work here. 1, 2, 4. All right, and that's what we got going on right there. Let's advertise TikTok right now. Why is it double? Why do I have double TikTok? That's so weird. At Bungie, at Destiny 2. Wait, at Destiny. Destiny the game. Hashtag Destiny 2. Hashtag Bungie. Hashtag Destiny 2 University. Hey, let's do hashtag streaming university. Let's tag along. Let's tag along. That's how you do it. You tag along on the shirt tails of another on another stream. Whenever you stream, you jump on the other stream, and other people look at it and go, "What is this?" And then, you know, if they like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But I'm inspired. I'm inspired. You know, I'm inspired. I actually signed up for Streaming University. Hopefully they pick me up next season of Streaming University, and I'm on board. So I hope Kai takes me in, and I want to do the weekend and learn. So, but I mean, it looks like Kai just wants young kids and not older adults. You know, I didn't see any older adults, and that tripped me up a little bit. And I'm learning the lingual, and maybe I'm just delulu about it, and I'm not thinking. Maybe I'm never gonna make it up there, you know, and communication wise, but I'm hoping to get Kai shook, you know. Say, hey man, this guy got it, man. You know, but right now they're just peeping. Right now, Kai's peeping. You know, he's talking about FatJesusLive right now. That's what Kai is doing. I heard Kai say my name. FatJesusLive. That man has been on streaming for 5 years. Look at him. But I don't know. I mean, you know, we got other streamers. Let's get these guys because they don't have the experience. Let's get them up to par. You know, and they're young. But this guy's been doing it for 5 years. You know, but I almost made it in. So it's cool. It's cool. Don't worry about it. You know, I mean, you know, but it's Sigma. I mean, you know, I would like more Riz. And I appreciate it, Kai, if throw some aura on all over me, because I want to throw aura on you. I want to aura you, bro. I want you to be my Janet Jackson, bro. I want you to be my Janet Jackson. I want to throw that aura all over you. I want to say, bro, you're the shit, bro. I want to go boo. Make that big and incredible. I think Streaming University was epic. That was epic. That was a great production. That was really epic for YouTube. And YouTube hasn't seen numbers like that since Mr. Beast. And Mr. Beast was just solo. It was a solo. I mean, it had a bunch of people on there, but it wasn't a collaboration like Kai Cenat did. I mean, that was epic. It was epic, you know? I was wow. I actually, because I mentioned Kai Cenat already, I have to advertise him right now. Hashtag Kai. I have to whenever you mention a person on the stream, you have to reference their name, hashtag it, because that's a copyright. It's called respecting the person on your stream. I'm not using Kai. Well, I am using Kai on my stream, but I also am respecting Kai, because if I'm writing a book and I'm a journalist, I have to reference what I'm writing about, because then it's original content. It's just me writing about original content, but it's a lie because I'm pulling away that original content from somewhere else. So Streaming University is from Kai, and Kai is Streaming University. So I have to reference Kai Cenat, and so I have to advertise it on there, and so people will go and click on the hashtags and head over to Streaming University on my advertisement, and that's called respect. And that's how I throw aura all over Kai. That's how I riz him up, and then he goes, dude, this guy, I got respect for him. Or his lawyers can go, you know, this guy's a mid. the damn Ohio. We're gonna destroy this guy, and we're gonna throw him away. I mean, that already I got kicked out of streaming university right there. You know, get out of here, get out of here. My cat is old. My cat has this long tail, like he ain't a bobcat. My cat has this long tail, and it's so annoying because I got shorts on, so the tail tickles underneath my leg every single time. It's so annoying, right? Case, do your job. My dog doesn't do his job. Make sure you keep him in check, because I'm trying to focus on the stream, and this cat is just rubbing on purpose underneath my leg. Right, buddy? Come here, buddy. Come on. Come here. Come here. Oh my God, you're such a boy. Yes, you are. You are. You're my baby. Oh, let me clean your eye. Get it. Ear infection. No. Oh God, I love you. You're my baby. Oh. Oh, wagging that tail. Hit that box. Yeah. So, you guys see my gear. This is my gear. This is my streaming gear. So, this is where I carry all my streaming gear on here. Y'all saw that. Where's my where? Here's the gimbal. It's a lightweight gimbal. This is why I picked this gimbal. It has a head tracking. So this is artificial intelligence on it. So it has head tracking. So if it's moving around, it's gonna track my movements, and it goes right on the tripod as well. So, and it has the, you use this for on the bottom, on the top, side. Then we got the other gimbal. This is for the Sony camera. This is the Sony camera gimbal. This is heavier. So this is, so this is the Sony camera gimbal. So the camera you're looking at me right now, that's the Sony 4K video camera, and this is for shooting movies. So that camera that you're looking at me with shoots movies, and this goes on. There's a whole set of stuff over here. So this holds heavy objects, and it holds the camera and lenses and all that stuff. It has a whole ton of stuff. So this is a special thing right here. You can put the shotgun mic and all that. So this is for professional shooting. So I got this, but this is not going to be, I'm going to be using mostly my cell phone, my S25 that I finished paying off just like 2 months ago. So I'm missing something. Okay, here's the now some of you guys saw it last night. This is This is for shooting distance shots. This is for podcasting. So this is podcasting for the cell phone. And of course this goes around the neck. This keeps it from swaying. So the neck keeps it from dropping down. So you adjust the strap. It holds the phone from dropping to the, because it'll swivel down from the weight, you know? This will go all the way down. So this will hold the weight down from going down. And then the cell phone will go right here. So I have the cell phone right there, but it's right now, it's working right now. So this is for podcasting. And this will go right here. And this will hold the battery pack. The battery pack goes right here. This also has a water system. So I'll be traveling and I will be hydrated on the back. There's a hydration system in the back. And then the battery goes in here. So it could charge up the phone for, let's say, when I'm doing the production. So we thought it all. This is for the camera. So you can put the shotgun mic and the light. This is for the future. I've had this a long time ago. I've used this for streaming. I have like a long arm and stuff like that. Then we bought this for the GoPro as a suction. Goes in the car, and we set these up. And we have two of these in the car. We put it on the side windows, and they video the interaction inside the car or inside a house or whatever. But you suction these into the car or on the side of the car. So we could do a video of the car traveling into a driveway or something like that. And the GoPro won't fall off. It's magnetic. So we got 3 of these from Facebook Marketplace. I tested them all. So we got 3 of these and they cost me around $70. People sold them for like $70, $60. These are the GoPro Hero 10s. 4K cameras. Now I prefer the Hero 13s because they won't shut down after an hour, okay? So, but it's good enough. All I need is an hour of filming and then we take a break, you know? Oh, and I probably won't only be using 2 of them. So, you know, I got it well thought out. We don't need to go crazy. We just got to think it out, you know? Just work it out. Okay. Some good ideas. So every month I bought something. So every month I get paid, I bought a little bit of something. And I thought it out. I planned it out. I would look for special deals and I would find them on Amazon and I would buy something on sale. I would never pay full price for it. So I would wait for something to go on sale and then I would buy it. And that's what I would do. These were on sale. Right now they're full price, but I got these for about 50% off the price that right now they're expensive, but I got them for a cheap price. I got them for way less than what they cost right now. Before Trump started doing the tariffs, I bought these. Now they're just extremely expensive. Insane. Like my monitors on my PC are $120. Now they cost $300 a piece. $300 to $400 a piece. The same monitors I have 4 of them. LG gaming monitors. They were $120 when I bought them. And that was 3 years ago. Same monitors. There are no new monitors. Same monitors are $300 to $400 right now. I could sell them right now for $400 each. That's how stupid expensive they are because due to tariffs. So they're gaming monitors. That's pretty much it. Not because they're 4K, because 4K monitors are worthless. Worthless. Don't ever buy a 4K monitor because of the screen tearing and just, yeah, it's not worth it. Don't ever buy a 4K monitor. You're better off buying the 3D goggles, virtual reality, VR headsets are the way to go. If you're gonna do anything, go VR. Have fun with VR. And if you do VR, make sure you have an Intel system, because VR does not work with AMD very well. It has a hard time with AMD. I hooked it up to my AMD system, and I have a super fast AMD with 128 gigs of memory. I got the whole works. I got the latest drivers. I got the latest everything. I got high-speed CPU. I got my hard drive is on the motherboard, not separate from the motherboard. You know, I got the M.2 sticks. I got two M.2 sticks running at high speed. Nothing on my computer is holding me back on my gaming computer, and the virtual reality headsets didn't work on it. Tried everything, and my daughter tried to run it on an AMD and it didn't work, but she put it on her laptop, on Intel laptop, an Intel laptop, a lesser quality than my gaming computer, like 5 times lesser than my. It ran like a pro, and you know, it heated it up. I bought her like I bought her a fan. Like I bought her, like I rizzed it up, like I riz, tremendous riz. Like I bought her like this expensive, like, you know, I went all out because it was her birthday, you know, come on. And it was all these fans underneath, and she likes being on her bed, and when she gets on her, and you know, girls, you know, they love being on their bed. So when they're on the laptop, so you know, it raised up and the air pulled out of it and it didn't heat up anymore. So, you know, and she was happy. So, you know, come on. That when it comes to your child, you do anything for your child. You know, you spoil your child, especially when they're adult. I mean, I didn't spoil my child when they were younger, but now that they're adults, I try to give her pretty much everything, because life is so hard right now that she's like, oh my God, I hate life. And I'm like, I need to make it easier. I need to make sure this girl survives, because if not, so difficult, right? I really love my child. All right, so we're risen up Kai. I think we're done. Yeah. And we're posting. All right, we're advertising on X. So we're advertising on X right now. Let me see Facebook real quick. Yeah, I need to post on Facebook. Streaming on TikTok right now.
at Bungie. So difficult to find on Facebook. Destiny 2. It's just straight up Bungie. Hashtag Destiny 2. There we go. Hashtag Bungie. All right, let's just post it. Let's get it out there into the world, baby. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Keeping it real. Go ahead and move this over here. Thank you so much, Joker, for coming over to TikTok Live, to Fat Jesus Live, and listening to me rant about my life and about Destiny 2. I'm gonna see if my friend Pax is on there. He's like playing. What's up, Pax? I'm back.
Nothing. Just finishing up some quests here.
All right, I'm kind of streaming right now, so you know ahead of time. I can't join on you, so you're busy. So I got the new ship.
Hold on, I'm in a cutscene, buddy. I'm trying to listen to this.
All right. So I got a new ship, guys, and this is from. And I'll show you. It's from the season pass. I got it on 180s right here. It's called the Screamide. So they give it to you if you pay for the season. And they give you a lot of stuff here. They give you a ghost, they give you shaders, they give you a lot of stuff. So, you know, before July pulls around, pay for it and do all the acts back to back the whole month, and you're gonna get all this wonderful stuff. These are only $10, you know. I mean, it's not a waste of money. I'm telling you right now. I think it's worth it. So I think it's worth it. I think so. But this is the I'm sorry, I didn't show you. So this is the ship. This is the ship right here. And I was wondering what color would work with this. There's all black. There's green. That one looks cool too. Different colors. Which ones would work? They all look good. Some of them don't look good. There's pink and white. There's blue. There's that color right there. This awful right there. Oh, look at that. Oh shit. Let's go with that color. Looks nice. Oh shit. That one looks good. And then we got the Return of the Jedi. Sparrow. That is very cool. We could switch back over to. You guys ever seen this? This is from Witch Queen. Before Witch Queen ever came out, it was hidden. Not everybody could get this one. Or we're gonna join up with them. Welcome, ghosts, to TikTok. Eduardo, Karmatic, Joker, Alan, Slightly, Bevan, Alex, Synth, Marshall, Random P. Welcome back. Appreciate you guys on TikTok. Tell me where you're from, guys. You know, don't be shy. Text me where you're from. Where are you guys hailing from? You know, y'all join my stream. Tell me where y'all from. Want to encourage you to talk back to me and hit that like and tap that stream and give me a sign of life. You know, a sign of life. All right, I'm back. Welcome back. Oh, you're in the city. Where are you at the... Hello? You're over here. Oh yeah. I haven't advanced.
Guardian.
Alright,
I regret that you must see me like this. Ido insists that this is slowing the curse, but it is no cure.
Much elixir medicine was forgotten. Ido seeks a remedy in secrets of old Reese.
There are few still living who know the ways of our lost home.
Eremiskel remembers. Captured by the Guardian this day, she will help.
Her love for the elixir is poisoned by her hatred of the great machine.
But now she will see wisdom in your path. Yes. Safety with house light. Protected by guardians.
Safe, but not whole. I thought being near the great machine would help reclaim what we lost on Reese. As I look at our headstones now, living in a
Oh.
building lives from scrap, and I see that we are waste, corrupt, violent.
Oh.
To meet our final end as scorn.
Trust in Ido. Varix teaches the ways of house judgment. She will find old solutions to new problems. You will see.
You will see. I made a bunch of potions while you were doing that.
Even after the Traveler fled our sky, and our world was swept away in horror. After our great houses fell to betrayal and futile war, some Elixir held hope for unity and a future for our people. I do not know how much time remains to me, But if none challenge Referral, that dream is lost. Referral will condemn Elixir to decay and ruin. We will be a dead people, rolled over by the dead. My life is for my daughter and my house. Let them see that I still believe the old stories. Old stories tell that when Reese was threatened by Ding...
You had enough of that, huh?
Yeah.
Referral and his minions continue to hunt down Elixir across the Soul System. He does not seek to call them under his banner. He will warp their minds, control them. They will kneel, willing or otherwise. Kell of Kells, Slayer, Baron, these are old titles, but our faith in them holds strong. Even those in House Salvation will understand the role you play. Death came for Reese, and none could prevent it. But that does not have to be our future. I will not compel your obedience, Guardian. I beseech you, as kin, join your sword arms to mine. Slayer Baron of House Light, stand against those who would cast us into ruin. Cut down all those who would destroy our house. Carve a future for the living from the bones of the dead.
Apothecary set.
Gotta taste this. And then I gotta imbue potion.
I'll ask the teacher next time I get
There we go. We did like 20 of these. I ran out. I don't know how all this works, but we just keep making them. I applied it. Oh, this opened up.
Taste test.
Just this? Oh, so we gotta complete that so we could open up major field work. We have to complete 4 of the minors to open up a major.
I'll have to ask Spider for help after all.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta go to Spider?
I don't. Hold on, buddy. I'm still trying to do this.
Yep.
Oh, that made me disappear. Hey,
Did you go to the table over here?
Yep, went over there. I collected this stuff.
Then you go here, and then you go over there.
Yep. Snap.
What's up, Anime? Welcome to the TikTok stream. I'm FatJesusLive. We're playing Destiny 2, and we are looking into... And this is what we're doing right now. We're in the last city. And there are about 3 different seasonal content here. We got Battleground Echoes, and we got Unknown Anti-Chamber. So we got the Neither. And then we have... So we got the Tonic Table. Then we got Spider. Yeah, we got a couple of things. And we also got the apartment as well. That's up here. It doesn't show in here, the apartment, I don't think. But oh, here it is. Desire Will into Being. This is the newest one right here. Right here on the left. This is upstairs, actually. I guess you travel up this way and then you go into the upstairs part. And then this is all the current events right now that we're dealing with. I don't think there's anything around here that is important. This is the old event right here. This one crash landed. This is the Helm. The Helm used to be up in orbit. No longer is up in orbit. And it's just got a couple of things. Failsafe is up there right now. We're definitely gonna lose the Helm next season. I don't know what we're gonna have next season. We're probably gonna have a new ship, maybe. because the helm was our main base of operation. It's Akora's main base of operation in orbit around Earth. That basically it was the operation base, and it was like the contingency of an attack force, and we used that as the war room to attack the forces that were attacking Earth. But it's crash landed. This is a strike.
Oh, yeah. Have you done any of the field work yet?
I did. Well, to do the echo, I mean, to get the exotic, yeah, I did like 1, 2. Make sure you stop by Spider before you leave. The other dude that's at the end of the city here. That looks like a spider sitting on a throne.
Okay.
Welcome to TikTok Live, guys. Welcome to TikTok Live. This is Fat Jesus. Fat Jesus Live. Right now, this is what I have in my vault. I am completely full though. I got 696 out of 7. I am struggling with weapons. And then I got a bunch of them in my post. So.
Find the spider guy.
There he's done. Over to the right. Is he saying anything to you?
He's got nothing for me.
Nothing for you, huh? That was useless.
Guess I need to navigate to the Act 1 Fieldwork tab with Ido. I'm gonna go here real quick, but I need to go back to the helm.
You could have gone through the portal.
No, I'm just doing what the quest told me to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm just saying. It said do it through the thing, so that's what I did.
Yep.
Knowing this game, you go any other route, it could bug it up.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't
It
do
will.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Everything not what it seems. Real one from the jump start. Gotta watch step on a tightrope. I never fall off this.
If I just flew around the solar system and go right back to where we were. No, we didn't. See?
Okay.
Okay.
What are we doing? What does your quest say?
Hold on, buddy. So I gotta go. Minor field work.
You gotta hit the tab key to see the person's name. If not, you're gonna be blind. Welcome to the TikTok stream, guys. Are you gonna try and leap across? Whee! We're looking for the Jedi. Is it the lost sector right here?
Might be. Just had a great big green circle, but it's right by that last sector.
Wait, what? Where is the lost sector? Oh, it's right over here. Lost sector's in here.
Yeah, I think this is it.
Maybe. If not, we gotta go to Clovis. Which is the opposite end. What I am using is the auto rifle with special ammo. It hits hard like a rock. Is there any other special boxes that you need to open around here?
I have no idea, but no idea.
Just look around for like white boxes and stuff. You never know.
Have you not done this?
No, not this place. But I've done it in different other places where they have like these little white fancy boxes that look like little square boxes with a little lip on it. It's like a pearl white boxes. They're all tiny ones, but they're not really tiny. It's like a medium size, and they're like pearlistic, white ones. And I had to hit E, and it would disappear. And I had to open like 5 of them.
I haven't seen anything.
Okay. So did you advance forward from doing this, or percentage wise?
Hold on, let me go to the end here.
What did it say?
I'm looking.
Oh, okay. I'm just acting like the fool in front of this person. Maybe this guy's streaming too. And the whole stream is like watching this fool in front of him.
Obtain and complete 2 minor fieldwork tasks.
So the minor fieldwork task in your quest, they're if you go to your quest page,
Yeah, I see them.
they're gonna be
50 of 50.
yeah.
Mysterious object collected. I'm missing that.
So you just put a green mark over it and it'll tell you where to go for one of them.
Still here. I must have just missed it somehow. In here somewhere.
Is it? You got to go back in?
I think so. No, I'm doing it backwards.
Did you find it? No. Probably towards the end. All right, I'll let you look around. Why act like the fool? You went back to the beginning? All right, we're back to that. Maybe there's a robot or something?
Oh, shoot, I don't see anything.
Maybe this robot? There's a robot up here that's all golden. Kind of unusual looking. Never usually see a golden robot. Maybe we're in the wrong place.
I don't see anything.
Let's go to Clovis. I think it's I don't remember being in here. Let's go across the way. This way. Am I going the right way? Am I going the right way, going this way?
See it. Marker.
Is it that?
watch it real quick. If I don't find this here shortly,
All right.
to take a break. I gotta run to the store real quick.
Okay. Maybe it'll take us there directly.
I don't know.
What's up, Black Snow? Well, we're doing a quest for this. It's a seasonal quest. Well, we're back to square one.
Their empire grows cunning in defeat. Hoarding glimmer grants them much needed leverage. They must fear
Wow.
this too.
Yes, he is taking us right back. Maybe it's on the outside.
I say we go to Clovis right here. Where I'm going. Down here.
No, that's part 2.
Oh, it is. I'm trying to remember what to do. What does the mission say again?
It says I gotta find a mysterious object. Oh, I might have just found it. I did.
What was it?
Stasis chunk. It's like right there.
Oh. The whole time, huh?
That's okay. Get it figured out. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go back to the tower. And then I need to go take care of a few things real quick. And then I'll be back. I'll be back.
Okay. I'll be here. I put a new shader on the ship.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It looks bone. It's bone.
It's a bony ship. I don't think it's gonna float now.
Does your TikTok chat hear everybody or no?
I believe so. Hey, chat, can you hear Pax talk on
Hello,
Discord?
TikTok.
They should be able to hear you guys.
I was just curious if I could or not.
I never tested it. That's a good question.
Okay, I'll be back.
If not, I
everybody.
sound like a crazy person talking to myself.
I know, right?
You know, it's a one-sided conversation.
All right, I'll be back in a bit.
All right, later.
All right, later.
Absolute insanity. There we go. I think I already got a better gauntlet. All right, let's go do ours real quick. We have a few few things that we got to do. Let's see.
Fenchurch does the exploring. I make the deals.
We haven't completed the specimens. What do you guys have? Anybody out there in the chat world need some work done on Destiny 2? I'm doing some catch up myself because I just returned. So let's see what I gotta go to. Oh, I gotta go to Nessus. This is right here.
She said
So you just gotta read the
express
quest.
herself, so I gave her a thumbs up.
Oh, no.
Defeat Vex with solar damage to weaken their armor plating and expose more memory. Oh, solar damage. We gotta go where Vex is. Okay. So we're gonna put on something that is solar. We can put this on. We need to do kills anyways with that. So. Oh yeah. Oh. We need a lot of forces. Time to buy them.
Sure. Thanks. Yep.
What's up, Heidi, Mike, Massa? Welcome to the TikTok stream. I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for hitting that. Just tapping it away, making me look good, rezzing me up. Love the aura, guys. I love the aura. Thank you so much. You guys are that means a lot to me. Thank you. Let's boost myself. All right, I'm back to 2033, 2020, 2020, 2020, 2020, 2010. Ooh. This is 2020. Oh, I should have used something last time.
Lost too much when
Oh,
the Red Legion hit us.
I should have used that other one that was 2020 before. Oh well, that's okay. That's okay, chat. Next
You
time.
don't look too banged up.
What is this? A bunch of 2010.
Don't get burned.
We got a 2020 up in here.
Well, Titan, let's see what we have here.
That's a 2010. That is junk. Junk. This is 2020 right here. 2020. All right, we'll leave it alone as it is. 2020, 2020, 2020, 20. That looks good. Let's see what else that we can add. We got the trespasser. Man, that's an arc. We might test that one out later. We might TikTok. We're probably gonna go ahead and we might test that out. Where do we need to go in here? There's a lot going on. Oh, we gotta go all the way over there. A lot going on today. A lot going on today. TikTok, you guys want to see a real rocket launch? This happened yesterday. Y'all watched SpaceX's launch? I think we should watch that. You guys want to watch that? Oh my gosh. I think we should watch that. We should watch SpaceX launch of the rocket. Let's do a reaction video.
Booster's mass as it comes in.
Most definitely, but we do remain focused on getting to the point where no refurbishment is needed between any of the flights.
Yeah, that means we want to launch it, bring it back, look at it, reload propellants, go again. That is really what's key. That is what full and rapid reusability will look like.
We're coming to you today from Star Factory, our new 1 million square foot.
All right. Oh, nice. Joe, he's been in some of the tour videos. So, yeah, unfortunately, just because this is copyright strike territory, good time just to say thank you guys all for watching. Well, maybe let's keep the video up just in case we're missing anything cool video-wise, but we'll just mute the audio. You guys are amazing. I really appreciate you watching. A lot of work goes into these videos and these live streams, even though you just see my face. We have a whole team, and Ryan and Andrew with the Cosmic Perspective crew and the people behind.
Okay, guys, now let me explain something to you guys real quick. This is, look at this crane. Look at the crane. Look at the truck. Look at the truck on the bottom. Look at the truck at the bottom down here. Look, I'm moving my cursor around it. Look how tiny the truck is. A little guy sits in that little truck. Look at the crane. Look at the little people that get on that crane. Look how big this rocket. This is just the bottom portion of the rocket. It's called the booster. And the booster is what boosts the top part. The top part is what carries 1,000 people in this rocket. I mean, 1,000 people can sit in this rocket, 1,000, to go to the moon or to Mars. Probably more than 1,000 people, but they can sit a lot of people in this rocket, like snugly, and to get to where they need to go. 1,000 people comfortable, but also they need some payload and all that stuff. And it's 33 rockets underneath. Rockets, like 30 or 32, 33. That's a lot of rockets. I don't care, but anything over 30 is a lot. I mean, you know, Jeff Bezos only has like 3 rockets or 4 underneath his, and they're huge. The Bell housings are massive, but
The bell housings, you could live inside one of the bell housings. That's 33 big ass bell housing. Look how small people are. There's 33 rockets underneath this thing, and it's massive. And you guys cannot
behind the
fathom.
scenes, that are working so hard to keep all the stuff moving.
And
Huge
here's the
thank you
live.
to
The
everyone,
live is
and
over
then
here.
Our team's
Look
here
at the
running,
live all the way to
running
the
show.
end.
In the trailer today, we got
Okay, so this is a reaction video. This is Everyday Astronaut, okay? And let me tell you something. This guy, he's a really humble guy, okay? He was Tim Dodd is his name, is a YouTuber. All right. And I want you guys to go to his YouTube and hit that follow button for Tim Dodd, Everyday Astronaut. And he was actually chosen to go to the moon with the on the other rocket. I'm glad he wasn't, because that rocket is not going anywhere anymore. I don't know if they're still working on it now, and that's the one that failed, and the astronauts got lost up there, and SpaceX had to go get them at the space station. The SLS one, yeah. Tim Dodd was supposed to get on one of those rockets to go up there, and it's just not cool. So the sad news was the billionaire that had him get on the rocket said, no, you're not going to get on. And that was really sad. And I think that really crashed his dreams of going into space. And Tim Dodd, I think that really was a sad moment for his life. I think the billionaire is really narcissistic, because he really wanted to go into space and nothing would stop him. So he already went up there, and he made a big deal about it, and everything, all eyes on me, billionaire, right? But little did he know, everybody was looking at Tim Dodd, Everyday Astronaut. And the billionaire, nobody gives a shit about and even knows who he is. He used everybody else to lift himself up in fame, just so that people can tune into him. It just didn't work, because we just didn't give a shit about him. We don't care, because he doesn't impact our social media. But Everyday Astronaut, Tim Dodd, impacts my life, because I really tune into him all the time. And I love listening to his voice. I love his intelligence towards all the rockets and all the companies, and his information he gathers, his team, who he picks out, his friends, who he surrounds himself with. And he's a nerd. He's a nerd like me. He loves Star Trek. He has connections, and he also doesn't keep people super close, and he doesn't worship Elon Musk like some people worship Elon Musk. Like Elon Musk is a god to certain people. He doesn't do that. He respects people, and he keeps his distance. But he's respectable. I really respect this guy. So let's go ahead and watch this real quick.
We got Andrew up in the cloud. We got another Andrew. We have Spencer. We have another Andrew. We have 3 Andrews on crew today. But huge thank you to everyone that makes these shows possible, and including our mods and everyone. Thanks.
So these are the regular SpaceX rockets
amazing job
that we watch every day take off.
On the same page to celebrate and watch an exciting launch.
But yesterday's launch was not the regular rockets, which are the smaller rockets. The launch that happened yesterday was a test launch of the the largest rocket in the world, so large, larger than any rocket that ever launched on the planet of Earth, on planet Earth. I didn't say that right. It is so massive. It's supposed to carry massive payloads to the moon and to Mars, and it's to go ahead and build habitats and green habitats, and to just build cities on Mars and to build cities on the moon, because it carries like building supplies, massive building supplies, skyscraper. This is skyscraper, massive. We're talking about massive, huge construction parts to wherever it needs to go, into space. And we're talking about not just one, we're talking about 10, 20 of these being built. And that's what they have. They have like 10 or 20 of these, and they're going to be launching like two a day into space. That's the plan. And it gets caught with little chopsticks, 2 chopsticks. It gets caught, the booster, just land, and even the top part is supposed to be caught with chopsticks too. That's what they're planning on. So it also could land on its feet too, on the moon or on Mars or something like that. There's different. It's very versatile. The landing for these rockets there's a lot of versatility for it, and they're testing it today. They're not going to land the booster on chopsticks today. They're testing the booster they're maneuvering the booster, flipping it around, they're playing with the booster to see if it'll explode or twist. They're testing the viability and the structure and the intensity and the structure integrity, engineering integrity of the booster by flipping and turning it, because that's the most important thing. Now, this is the second time the booster is being flown. This is the second time. So this is a test booster. So the booster has already gone up once. So this is the second time it's going to send this up. That proves that this thing really works, meaning that it can be reused. That saves SpaceX a lot of money. That actually saves money for everybody that uses SpaceX. It's reusability. No large rocket in the whole entire world, in all of history, ever reused a massive large rocket, ever. They would lose billions of dollars, and there's no reusability. This one has reusability. So this is how important this is. This is extreme, people. We're talking about Destiny 2 coming alive. Okay? We're talking about Star Wars, the movie, coming alive. We're talking about Star Trek, the movie or TV show, coming alive. We're talking about any sci-fi movie in space coming alive. But this is real life. Real life. We're watching real life. We play video games. We watch movies. We dream. We dream about space. And here it is. Real life. We watch. There's people. I saw a UFO. You saw an imagination of a UFO. You don't even know if a UFO really exists. But here we are witnessing in real life a real life rocket. This is real life. And you could touch it. You could feel it. You can actually go to it and see it. You could witness it. This is not a UFO. This is not something you assume that is fake or real. And this is a real live rocket that's really flying. This is not fake news. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is a real live thing that's actually happening. And I've seen it with my own eyes. Nobody has ever coerced me to say it so that I could get views or follows or nothing like that. This is real deal, dude. And it is amazing. Freaking amazing. So that's why I love Destiny 2. That's why I like the video games. So I want you to watch this.
Fun reminder, this is, we're only 17.
Do me a favor. Go to Tim Dodd's Everyday Astronaut. Hit that follow button for him, please, because we are doing a reaction video right now.
From Flight 9 big expectations.
And we're still playing Destiny 2, the video game, but I want you to watch a real live. Yesterday, we launched the largest rocket in the world, and we'll be putting a nuclear-powered ferry rocket from Earth to Mars in the future. So in 10 years from now, we'll have a rocket that travels from a spaceship. Pretty much, we're going to build a spaceship that carries these rockets from Earth to Mars and Mars to Earth, Earth to Mars, Mars to Earth, that will never land on Earth and that will never land on Mars. It just ferries. It's a ferry. A ferry is like pretty much a boat that picks up cars, drops off cars on the other side, and then picks up cars over there and drops off cars over here. That's a ferry. So basically, it's going to ferry the starships from Earth all the way to Mars, and then ferry like 6 starships are going to attach to it, and then ferry, or 10 starships. They're going to launch from Earth, attach to the ferry, and the ferry that's nuclear powered is going to travel all the way to Mars and then travel back. And then it's going to pick up and drop out, or it's just going to come back empty and pick up another 10, and then it's going to pick up the next 10 and come back. And it's going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then we're going to have a city of over 1 million people living on Mars. And it's going to be insane. And they're going to be terraforming it in no time. Oh boy. I am talking too fast. Thank you so much for watching Fat Jesus Live on TikTok. We're going to be quickly, we're switching gears here. We're doing a reaction video real quick.
With this launch.
This is how we do it on the stream.
Smooth, successful launch. First reflight of a booster. Really, I don't know. I hope you guys are ready for this one. I'm not ready to be heartbroken, so I'm hoping that we see good success here today. But yeah, just to thank you for watching with us. Hopefully you're enjoying the 4K views. If you're streaming on a TV or whatever, hopefully you're enjoying that. This is just still fun. This is why we do this, is because this is still history in the making. And what's more exciting than watching?
See how it lands on the
I mean,
on the chopsticks.
That's cool as it gets. I'm really excited to see from my vantage point.
That's the booster. That's a massive booster.
Let's listen back in.
So huge. It's the size. It's the size of a skyscraper. Like the Empire State Building lands on those little sticks. The Empire State Building. It lands on those sticks. I'm not lying to you guys. It's so huge. That's the Empire State Building right there.
Locks on the booster.
Freaking crazy.
Over 80% full on the ship. Still have to fill those.
Freaking insane.
But everything looking good. We're not tracking any issues on the range. As a reminder,
wow.
We watch sea states, air, and land around the launch site here, and also over in the Indian Ocean, where we're going to be doing our reentry. Not tracking any blockers to launch at the moment. Weather is gorgeous, has not been a concern all day for launch. We've been moving through all of our pre-flight checkouts pretty smoothly so far this morning, getting the ship.
Important for Starship's development, Super Heavy boosters are not the only vehicles that we reuse here at SpaceX. We're big on reuse, and our Dragon fleet is another example of that reuse. And we actually control those Dragon missions from right here in Hawthorne in the mission control room that we talked about a little bit earlier. For Dragon and our human spaceflight program, this month also marks a big milestone for SpaceX, our 5-year anniversary.
Have you noticed that the majority of the people in that room are super young? It's like these are kids, engineers or something like that. They're from universities over here. You see how young these kids are down there? Look how young. There's no people like me with white beards and stuff like that in that crowd. Most of them are clean shaved. There's a guy with a clean. There's a nicely cut beard right there, hanging out right there. But most of these are engineers, and these are teenagers that are in universities that have like two doctorate degrees. Probably they're on their second doctorate degree in engineering. They have been invited because they're getting a job at SpaceX maybe next year or this year or something like that. They're probably being, headhunted right now to work for SpaceX, and they're excited to be there. So that's probably the possibility.
Of human spaceflight. Now, NASA astronauts
There
Bob
they
Behnken
are.
and Doug Hurley got us started back on Demo 2, which was notable for being the first time since the retirement of the shuttle program in 2011 that people launched to orbit from U.S. soil. Now, in those 5 years, we have launched 17 human spaceflight missions, 11 for NASA, and 6 commercial missions, including Polaris Dawn, with our first commercial spacewalk in history, and From 2 earlier this year, which became the first human spaceflight mission ever to explore Earth's polar regions. We've flown a total of 66 crew in those 5 years, and we are expecting that number to grow significantly in the coming years.
That's huge, chat. That's huge. 66, SpaceX. Human flights. That's not like conspiracy. That's not like maybe. They actually did human flights. More flights than any other American company on Earth. I mean, they have surpassed the space shuttle. They have surpassed any other company that has ever sent rockets into space. They already broke the records. They have broken the records of reusability. They have broken the records on their own. They have broken their own records in landing a rocket on its own legs. Nobody's ever done that, ever. That's like in cartoons. Cartoons, guys. That's only you've seen it on cartoons. That doesn't exist. It only exists at SpaceX. That's crazy, insane.
Now, most recently on our From 2 mission, the crew offered unique glimpses into the orbital spaceflight experience. And this was honestly just so cool to see. Thank you to our Starlink teams for making everything with the From 2 crew shared possible. This honestly made me feel like I was right there with them in Dragon. They
All
were
right,
living,
TikTok.
they were
This is
working,
really
they were relaxing,
so. Look
they
at the
were doing their
reaction on
experiments while
Tim
also
Dodd's
having
face.
fun. Basically,
just watching
being
this.
people and inviting us along for the ride, and that was really meaningful. Being invited up there really showed how these are just the early days on the road to making life multiplanetary. And the vehicle that's going to
Thank you
make
so
all
much
that
for the
happen
likes, TikTok.
is Starship. And Dan and Jesse, I don't know about you, but that is definitely a future I have wanted since I was a little kid, and I cannot wait to see us make it a reality.
Yeah, right there with you, Chris.
From 2 is awesome.
The fact that we're getting close to that being reality, that the vehicle that's going to go is sitting on the pad right there, like that's endlessly exciting. All of that's going to include sending humans, all of the infrastructure for a permanent presence on Mars, and we're looking ahead to sending the very first starships to Mars as early as next year.
Yeah, this will help prove that we can actually get to Mars with a focus on learning as much as possible while demonstrating what will be needed for Mars transit and landing. But before we can make life multiplanetary...
Now, a little bit about Tim Dodd. How he made money in the past, he was never a streamer. He used to be a photographer, a wedding photographer. That's how he made money. He was so poor. Basically, that's the only way he made money was photography. And then he started pivoting into streaming rocket launches. How do you go from photography to rocket launches? I have no idea. But his photography schedule allowed much free time, and he began using his free time to become involved in rocket photography. And that's how he got into this. And his connections started leading him into the technology and tracking rockets in mid-flight. So the technology you're going to watch here, this is the big deal right here. This is what sets him apart from all the streamers. He's using technology to track the rocket that flies in the air. And that's what's so beautiful about Tim Dodd. That's why I love watching him.
We have to build the starships that will make this all possible.
That's right. And that's happening right here, Starbase, Texas, the gateway to Mars. This is where we're soon going to be launching up to 25 Starship launches per year from here at Star.
Let's move it forward, chat.
Outside real quick, so bear with me. We're gonna leave their audio up and let me get set up outside. I got 4 minutes and 45 seconds to do this. So
now, chat, look at the Starbase.
they used to have towers of tanks, but every time the rockets would launch, it would destroy the tanks on the towers. So they decided to change out. This costs hundreds of millions of dollars to change out. So they laid down all the tanks. All these tanks have been changed out. Everything, and they put a wall around the tanks. And now the tanks are protected from the blast of 33 rockets. And so far it's working. We'll see. Because always now, do you not see another tower? There's 2 towers. The other tower is almost done. That means they're going to be launching 2 rockets. One rocket, and then they're going to launch the next rocket an hour after. So they're going to be launching 2 rockets as a test to see if they could do 2 rockets at a time. So soon we're going to be watching that someday, and that's going to be so incredible because that's reusability. And they want to build a 3rd tower, and they also are building 2 towers in Florida as well. So it's going to be 4 of these launching to the moon. 4 to the moon at one time. And these are like skyscrapers. How many people are working in a skyscraper? I mean, how many floors are in a skyscraper? There's like 22 floors, right? But this right here, I would say, yeah, there's like 22 floors inside that rocket ship right there. There's 22 floors. So there's 22 floors of everything, of living quarters and of office space and living rooms and bedrooms and medical bays and everything are in that rocket. Not right now, but that can all be placed in there. And that's the incredible part about this whole thing is, can you imagine 4 of them heading to the moon, landing on the moon? And that's where people are going to be starting off and living. And then from there, they're going to be constructing a astrolab on the moon. And there's going to be astrophysicists going to the moon, living on the moon, so that they can put a radio telescope on the moon, build one, just like Arecibo. And it's so clear. There's no clouds. There's no the magnetic field is not intense like on the Earth. And there's nothing blocking the moon. So the radio telescope is always the moon is always traveling around the Earth. So it's going to be focusing out, and you got the clear. It's going to be different because the rotation of the moon is different than the rotation of the Earth. So it's going to be a completely different time schedule. The moon is a different time schedule, so they would have to adjust to the moon's schedule of time going around the Earth in comparison to the Earth going around the sun. That's crazy, right? So that's the best part. All right, let's watch this launch real quick.
So, I'll be right back. Outside views, let's go.
Launch. We did just see they did a flap wiggle check, so the final flap check on the ship. We're doing final alignments of the guidance, navigation, and control system, our thrust vector control, essentially our steering, checkouts of the flight safety system. So everything progressing right now.
Remember, this is Everyday Astronaut. Make sure we're giving credit to Everyday Astronaut. We are doing a
where we can pause to wait for any final checkouts, pressurization.
What a wonderful stream.
We need to complete. We can hold there. We will only hold there if we're tracking an issue. We're not currently tracking anything that will hold us at T-minus 40 seconds. But if you've seen a Starship launch before, they can happen. We can push through them and then launch that day still.
Exactly. But when we do pass through T-minus 40 seconds, a number of events will occur in rapid succession. The ground spin and ignition systems come up to flight pressure. Ship goes to internal power, and then after that, the quick disconnect or QD. Arm lockout is removed in preparation for retraction just shortly after T-minus 0.
Let's move it forward, chat.
And once we pass T-minus 40 seconds, we do still have is pretty incredible. Important. This is what terminal count is.
All right,
exactly
1 minute.
For, is to be checking the vehicle, monitoring the vehicle systems as it makes its way down to T0. And again, this gives us the ability to catch anything and be able to hold, as Dan has been saying, and recycle if we need to, or pause so that we can work through those issues and see if it's something that we need to stand down for. And as Dan mentioned, we will be holding at T-minus 40 seconds, so in about 20 seconds from now.
Yeah, so we'll hold there.
There's definitely some precedence here for this, guys. This has happened on a handful of launches. Sometimes it's, sometimes these T-minus 40 seconds holds are literally only 30 seconds long. Other times they've been 5 minutes. So don't go anywhere. It's not on Scrub for today. They have a decent launch window here. So let's just listen up here and make sure we're not missing anything. But I'll be eyes on everything, trying to make sure we're not going to miss anything.
Ready for his third time. And you just heard our flight director for the day, Joe Sliker. He just shared that we are going to hold at this team.
Look at those rockets.
Keep an eye on one of those Raptor engines on booster.
The Raptor engines are insane. There's 33 of them. I think there's 33. That's the hopper, guys. You see that little one right here on the right? The one all the way on the end? That's the original hopper. The very first test rocket that went up and came back down. That was the one with one single engine that tested it all to say, hey, this is gonna work. That's crazy, right? And then from there, that's what came out of that to make this. It's iconic because it's always there watching all the rockets. It's like grandma. It's grandma and grandpa just watching its babies take off, you know? It's crazy just saying it. What a good view.
So obviously
if you're just now jumping in, we are holding still at T-minus 40 seconds. Watching one engine get ready to take off from Starbase.
All right, here we go, guys.
Seconds.
So it looked like this time it was a ground side issue. We're taking a look at this real quick. So again,
I think if the water deluge system. Oh, this isn't.
At T-minus 40 seconds. We've been holding for just about 5 minutes now.
Hopefully it's like a repress for flight. Hopefully it's not like a reset for tomorrow, kind of full reset everything.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so we're going to see the clock. It is now rolling.
Okay, it's rolling. Clock's moving again.
35.
We saw
33, 32.
Disconnect to the ship.
All right, they're disconnecting.
There is a chance that automation will kick us out again if we encounter the same issue. But for now, the clock is rolling.
We're going to see if we get water deluge. Oh, water deluge is going. So here we go.
Okay, now they're shooting the water. Ignition. Yes. Now this worries me a little bit. The rocket is moving to the left a little bit. That's unusual. It should not move to the left, but it might be doing it on purpose because it's angling to go a certain direction.
Of the Starship Upper Stage version 2. There's that rumble. I can feel it in my chest. Look at that. Oh, yes.
Look how big that thing is.
Yes, okay. So we are looking really good. It's a beautiful day for a launch. This is going to be a fantastic view, and it's about to get loud for me, folks. Only 5 miles away.
Look how he's shaking.
Things are shaking. This is when it gets fun. Let's hear for our tracking team out there making good use of all of our 4K views. Looking up at those 33.
Wow, he's only 5 miles away. He's only 5 miles away, guys. He's just across the water watching this. There's like houses across the waterway. He's like 5 to 6 miles. He's barely that far away, and it's almost illegal to be that close. Okay, and it's crazy because he bought that place, and that's his place now, and he's one of the lucky few that bought it. He bought it quickly because he's a streamer, and that was a smart choice. But it's crazy that when you could see that all 33 Raptor engines are causing everybody knows that the whole city is rumbling. It's like they're rumbling like crazy. It's like everything is shaking every house. So, I mean,
I don't know, man. The foundation of the house needs to be strong. The house itself need to be strong. That there's got to be a warning. There's got to be a warning when you build a place like this. When you build a house near the starbase, there's a warning. Like, I don't know. You cannot live a normal life next to a starbase. Not like that, because your whole house looks like it's about to fall apart. So think twice about living next to a rocket factory. You know, don't ever live next to a rocket factory because it's not fun. Live away from it because you're not going to enjoy it. Unless you love rockets, then live near a rocket factory. But that's the only reason why you would, because you love rockets and you want your house to rumble. That's the only reason why you'll live there.
Raptor engines, I see all 33.
Hey, we're doing a reaction video of a rocket launch.
Here, baby. Shake and bake. Flight number 9. Oh, and the percussive sound. Oh, I love that. I love that. Thank you. I needed this. All right, let's go. Let's listen to SpaceX here and make sure we're not missing any of the important call-outs.
Welcome to TikTok Live, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for watching on TikTok.
Wow, Dan.
My name is FatJesusLive.
Incredible. We could feel the building shaking here, feel the vehicle's power. And we're just about a minute away.
Look at the camera.
Shutting down those engines on the booster. Again, this booster is flying for its second time today.
Still looking good.
All right, so hot staging coming up.
So the camera view that you're looking on the left, that's SpaceX. That is highly public of SpaceX, and on the right, that's Tim Dodd's camera crew on the right. Thanks to Tim Dodds. And I love how he sets this up. He sets it up on 2 screens, and he has Mars on the bottom. Martian Aerospace Reconnaissance Studio. That's his baby. I love how he sets that up, and the reaction of his face. He goes outside, he's watching it. He wants everybody to feel what he feels. He wants everyone to see how it looks like when a rocket launch goes off. And his hairs are standing up. Every time he does this, it's just his favorite part. Every time I watch him, this is his favorite part of the rocket launch, and it's insane. He is taking a risk. That rocket could explode, and he could be exposed to chemicals and everything out there, and he doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care about anything, but he just wants that high, that great high that is amazing of watching that massive Empire State Building launch from that place. You know, it's huge. That rocket is so huge. It's just insane.
A little under a minute.
Insane.
We're going to see
super heavy is insanely big.
Turn off on the booster. So our version of MECO, most engines cut off. And then just a few seconds later, hoping to see 6 engines ignite on ship.
So I'm going to be ahead of the SpaceX stream as far as my audio callouts. So sorry if it's a little bit confusing, but I'm waiting to see that those engines shut down.
All right, hot staging, about 30 seconds.
I like that he's honest. He'll tell you what's going on, and he apologized ahead of time.
It's pretty bright. I might need to look at our own cameras.
And definitely keep an eye on which way the booster flips.
He has birds in the background.
Flip we're going for today should flip straight up.
Saw hot staging. Don't see any other explosions. That's looking good for a booster boost back burn.
Okay, last time the Starship exploded, and that's why the last 2 times the Starship exploded, and that's why the islands over the Atlantic was seeing like UFO parts flying over, and there was this explosion. People were freaking out, seeing like meteors flying across the sky, and people were just freaking out seeing this light show of and that was Starship exploding, the test flight, and it was horrible. It was a failure. It was a complete failure. It was Ohio. You know, it was just the worst. And this time they're hoping that, and they're crossing their fingers that this will not explode. This is it for SpaceX. It cannot explode this time. If it explodes, it's bad news, because that means they're not going to get any more funding from NASA, and they're on their own now. So this is a big deal. This flight is a big deal.
Come on,
those engines
ship
powering
2,
down?
please do your thing.
Booster engine cut off.
Please do.
You could hear it in his voice. He is scared for SpaceX. He really wants to go back out there and stream this, but he is so scared because he really has a lot of high hopes for Starship. And of course, he streams this and he makes his money off of this too. So if this is the end of Starship, where is he going to make his money? You know? So this is a big deal.
Do your thing.
You guys back?
Ship 2, we need this.
Ship ignition. Stage separation.
It's separated.
Super heavy booster, and you can see those 6 engines.
Look
those
how
3
happy he
engines
is.
on the ship ignited.
Wow, I could still see it really
6
good
healthy
here. guys.
Raptors running on ship.
It's a clear sky yesterday over
that
Texas.
engine
This
view.
is in
Booster's doing
Texas,
the
guys.
boost back.
South Texas.
Chris, how's it looking over there in Hawthorne, man?
It is looking
Raptor chamber pressure is nominal.
It is looking absolutely incredible here in Hawthorne, as we said.
This is done in 3 minutes times. 3 minutes. It reaches up in space.
6 healthy engines on ship. We've got 13 out of 13 engines on the booster. Now down to those 3, which is what we expect in the final moments of the boost back burn. Now, as a reminder, we are not recovering the super heavy booster today. We are instead going to do some.
Shut down.
And there we had a good shutdown of the boost back burn. Next up will be the jettison of that hot stage
Ship
ring.
avionics power and telemetry nominal.
Oh, I was looking at ship.
Great call out there that everything looking nominal aboard the super heavy vehicle, which is returning to Earth, and we're going to be doing some experiments with it, including a higher angle of attack re-entry, as well as some engine tests as it gets closer to the Gulf. We are, again, because of these tests not recovering it, we
Okay, so the reaction of Tim is he's watching the Starship, which is closer to the ground, to the atmosphere, than the booster. The booster actually flipped, and the Starship took off. Instead of Starship taking upward, they actually flipped the booster, and the booster is actually higher up this time. It's insane. They want the booster to be higher up in the atmosphere, and they want it to drop at a higher height to see if it could withstand the pressure of a drop. And it's an engineering feat. So there's a possibility we're going to see a show of an explosion of the booster before it hits the ground. So this is a big deal of the booster. They do put explosives in the booster just in case the booster fails. They might blow up the booster before it reaches into the Gulf of Mexico. So there is that possibility, because it's dangerous. This thing is dangerous. But all the fuel is gone. It's out now. It used up all the fuel. It has a little bit fuel left over for it to land. So remember, it's hydrogen fuel, and methane. So it's methane, hydrogen, and methane, I believe it is. And it's clean energy. It's clean. So it's not going to pollute and all that stuff. So they're using a special type of fuel system that is not going to be polluting the atmosphere every single time it launches.
We are sending it to the Gulf on purpose.
You guys can read up on it.
Tests, but again, you see the booster on the left-hand side of your screen.
Remember, the fuel system that they're using is readily available, and it's abundant on Earth, and it's also abundant on the moon, and it's also abundant on Mars. So they can actually make it on Mars, and they can make it on the moon, and they don't have to transport it from Earth to the moon, or they don't have to transport it from the Earth to Mars. They could actually make it, create a factory on each of the planets, so they can make the fuel, so they could take off from each of the places and make it back to the planet.
Screen, you see ship with 6 healthy engines continuing its ascent to its planned suborbital trajectory. Everything going very well so far for Starship's 9th flight. Now 4 minutes.
I have not watched this,
in.
chat.
great views from inside.
I have watched it to this point. I don't know what's going to happen next.
Of ship there, looking at those.
I'm like you. This is the first time.
Engines on the right-hand side of your screen. The booster doing its LOX dump, that liquid oxygen dump. So because we don't need some of that liquid oxygen propellant in its tanks,
liquid oxygen,
vent that propellant out to lessen the booster's mass as it comes in for its landing. Just absolutely gorgeous views watching these two vehicles do their respective things in the skies over Texas here today. And Dan, we're approaching the 5-minute mark into the flight. Super Heavy is descending rapidly. What can we expect here in the next few minutes as it does its atmospheric tests?
Yeah, now as we had talked about, Super Heavy might not have a very smooth ride down. We're going to be putting it through this higher angle of attack. So we're kind of pitching it up a tiny bit, increasing drag. We've done this in wind tunnels. We've done this in computer modeling. It shows that sometimes the control isn't great, but only one way to really prove it out, and that's to get real world data. So here comes Super Heavy.
Where did it go? I lost it.
It should be igniting for its landing burn in just about 40 seconds from now.
Welcome, TikTok. What is a crane doing in there?
We're going to relight 13 engines, then bring that
crane
down
showed
to
up
3
on the right
engines,
side.
As we talked about earlier, we will be intentionally shutting down. We will be shutting down one of those 3 center engines intentionally to push the limits of the Super Heavy booster.
Raptor chamber pressure is nominal.
There it is.
And continuing to see 6 healthy engines on the ship.
Yes, the ship's still looking
3
good, guys.
sea level and 3 vacuum engines still ignited as the Super Heavy booster is making its way back down to Earth.
We can see those grid fins doing some heavy work.
Booster landing start up.
Ignited for our landing burn.
That might have looked like a boomy boom, maybe.
We didn't see it.
I think booster survived.
It may have ended with that landing burn.
Ship still, though. Ship's still chugging along, guys.
Does look like we lost telemetry from the booster once we started into that landing
Well,
burn.
we knew we were going to lose the booster.
Did you see
that was the test
that the booster did demise?
Now, the booster is sending their sensors all over the booster. That was the idea of the test of the booster. They are perfecting the booster so the booster can survive and they can reuse the booster over and over again. The booster needs to be perfected so that there will not be any mistakes. 100%. The booster needs to be 100%. And right now it's at 60%, and it'll be 70 and 80 and 90. And when the day that you could put a human in it, it's going to be 110% perfect. And it's going to be able to be reused over and over and over again, like they're reusing the rockets right now as we speak. That they have rockets right now that has been reused 20 times already. Oh my gosh, that's insane. Insane. Reusing the same rocket over and over again. It's insane. It's never heard of. Never heard of. Unheard of. Unheard of, chat. I mean, we have had, God rest their soul, people in the space shuttle launches have lost their lives in where the rockets have exploded, and they had to build new ones, and they still exploded. SpaceX reuses old ones over and over again, and still they survive. People on human beings on used rockets flying to the space station have survived. Rockets that have been reused. That's insanely amazing. They put all their trust. These astronauts put all their trust in it, and it's incredible.
That's why they pushed it to the limits.
So the booster's flight ending before it was able to get through landing burn, but again, we are not bringing that back. We were expecting it to make a hard splashdown in the Gulf.
Thank you, chat. Thank you so much for the likes.
We were getting live
Heidi
data
Jones,
back
Pam
the
Forker,
entire time
welcome to
through
the
that high
stream.
angle of
We are
attack
doing
flight,
a
so
reaction
that was
video.
something that was
We're still
really
doing
vital
Destiny
for us to
2,
get
but
during
we're
this reuse.
doing real life space.
First free flight of
sci-fi,
booster in the
but
books.
real life
Sorry,
space
ship
that happened yesterday.
has about 2 minutes left.
In the future, we'll really have Destiny 2.
And about 2 minutes.
And this is
we
how we
expect
get
all
into
6
space.
Raptor engines to shut down. That will be Seco, basically second engine or second stage.
These are our
engine shut
first
off.
steps to making Destiny
And
2
these are
come to
some
real life.
incredible views, Dan, from the aft
First
end
steps
of the
to make
ship,
Star Wars or Star Trek come
watching
to
as the
life.
engines stay ignited with the Earth in the background.
As
Welcome
always,
to
the Starship
TikTok Live.
avionics team, the techs.
Wow, what is that? Whoa, 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 whoa. What the hell is that, chat? What is that, chat? What is that? What is that? What is that? What the hell is that, chat? What is that? That's a UFO. That's a UFO, chat. Bro, 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 bro. That's a UFO. Bro. 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 That's a UFO. Chat. Chat. What the hell is that? That's not a smudge on the camera. That's a UFO. It's moving around and it's and the camera is staying put, but the starship is moving, but that thing is not moving. It's still there. That's crazy, chat. That's a UFO. That's a winged UFO. Check it out.
I think we just heard the booster.
It's not moving.
All right, we got about a minute left.
Holy
into
shit.
This burn.
It's
All eyes
look, it's
definitely
staying
on
in
ship
place, chat.
as we get through the final stages.
That's a UFO.
Into its ascent. We're expecting it to start to cut
Bullshit.
those engines off.
Okay, here we go.
In about 45 seconds.
Holy shit.
Outer engines first, then the inner sea level raptor.
Oh shit, you saw it on the stream.
There's a
That's a
little bit of
UFO.
A little
That's
glow
a
on that
big,
one vacuum
huge,
engine there, but
massive UFO. That's a
maybe that's just a reflection or something.
All right, just about 30
he
seconds
says
to
that's
go.
a reflection.
Oh, I see a little fire too in the aft section.
We're in terminal guidance.
Look, he said that's a reflection. He saw it
Of this
too.
ascent burn.
It's gone.
There we go. Vacuum shut
We
down.
did see shut down.
I don't
the
see it
Raptor
anymore.
engines.
And now
We do stagger these, so we do the Raptors first.
It's not there
Those
anymore,
3 have
chat.
Shut down successfully. Sea
Where
level
is it?
Still running.
I don't see it. It's remember this thing is heading off to India.
Okay. Ooh. Oh yeah, that makes sense that you'd have anything hot glowing hotter when you're dumping extra oxygen. So that looks good.
Ship engine cut off. The 3 most beautiful words in the English language.
And great call out that we had nominal insertion.
They're in orbit.
Yes.
And
They're-
incredible
They're in
flight
orbit.
tests so far today.
Woo! They're in orbit.
We reflew a super heavy booster for the very first time in 9
It survived.
test flights. Ship is in its orbital trajectory. Again, it's going to remain suborbital for its mission today. But it ignited It ignited all 6 of its engines and made it all the way through Seco just now.
Bro, chat, that was a UFO.
attitude
That was a
control is intentional.
mothership. That thing was
Hopefully they're
huge.
orienting to be
That's
able to
bigger than the
deploy
Starship.
Starlink dummy satellites.
It's so far away. That was a
It's hard to
UFO.
tell right now.
So far away, and it's massive over the Earth.
I mean, that's
It's huge. Maybe
still
far
lots to
away
come.
from the Earth too.
This
Finally made
flight.
it.
I don't know where it is now. It's on the other side of
I
the
need
Earth.
to collect myself. Hey, Chris, how's it going over there in Hawthorne, man? How's everybody doing?
I think the elation and the excitement and the happiness at what we
Look
just
at
saw
that,
achieved,
baby!
Carried through across all of our sites.
That is the ceramic plating. You see the ceramic? That when it comes back to the Earth, the heat. That's heat shielding. So it's ceramic, a special type of ceramic on there. Each one of those ceramics are freaking huge. They're like this big. Each one of those are massive. They're huge, and they're super lightweight, but they're specially made,
and they're not heavy like a certain ceramic is. So it's a lightweight component, and they don't burn off or nothing like that. But they do fall off if they're not placed correctly. And they're on the fins on the bottom, and they're on the fins on the top, so it keeps the fin protected. They actually built the Starship without the ceramics on the fins to see if the Starship can survive re-entry without the ceramics, and it burned the fins off.
What an incredible view to see Starship back orbiting the Earth just under 11 minutes into our mission. Absolutely exciting to see all of this, and super pumped especially to see all of the teams.
Welcome, TikTok.
Here today.
You are watching
As
a reaction
guaranteed,
video.
It has been an exciting evening so far for Starship.
Of the future of Destiny 2.
We lifted off a little bit after 6:30 p.m. after
We're gonna get there someday.
That were triggered at the T-minus.
We're gonna have our own spaceship.
We were able to clear those, one on the Raptor, one on the tower, and we were able to lift off successfully from Starbase 33.
This is real life.
Raptor engines
Chat.
lit on the
Real
Super
life.
Heavy. All 6
Real
engines
life. This
lit
is real
on
life.
ship, bringing it to its planned suborbital trajectory around Earth. But as Dan said, we've got a lot still coming.
We
up
actually
in
saw
our
a
flight
real
sequence.
life mothership
So coming up at about
UFO.
T+18
That was
minutes,
not
26
the
seconds, we'll have
ISS.
the first deployment
It
of
wasn't.
simulated Starlink satellites planned from
What the hell is
Starship.
that? Oh, it's
That
falling
will be
off.
followed at about T+37 minutes and 49
might be an
seconds by the
uncontrolled
relight
spin.
of a single Raptor sea level
we'll
engine in space. This is going to help us gather data on our ability to do a deorbit burn for future Starship missions that will go orbital. And then, of course, one of the
I'm gonna
biggest
take a
tests
picture
yet
of that,
to
and I'm
come
gonna
is
send it to
the
Elon Musk.
heat shield
I'm like,
modifications to
dude, what
Starship.
was that?
And that'll start with re-entry into Earth's atmosphere at about the
Bruh,
T+45
what was that?
minute mark, which should take about 16, 18
What are
minutes
those?
to complete. And now today's re-entry is going to test that heat shield like we said. Specifically, how
I'm gonna
Starship
put a
will
big
work.
ass
Real
red.
quick here. Some of this could be normal. So they might be spinning it for orientation. They might be spinning it for to propellant settle and do other things with the header tanks and things like that. However, it does seem like a lot of continuing ongoing venting, and I'm not sure yet, so we'll have to listen in. The ice is normal. The ice that you see on the sides, that's normal.
What is that?
This is cryogenic propellant, and but it looks like it might be slowing down. So hopefully this is all just a test. Let's listen in.
Doing the exact same thing on that ship, seeing how the ship handles various flight conditions that we will need it to fly in as we look to one day soon bring ships back to Starbase for catch and reuse. Now, while there are payload simulators on Starship for deployment today, as we will see in a few minutes, the primary data and
The reason why they're getting such good video is because of Starlink. Starlink is connected to the Starship. Believe it or not, it's 4K or 6K video on the Starship. There's about 4 to 6 cameras on the Starship, and we're only seeing like 2 of them, but they got cameras in. They're watching the whole thing. What the hell is that down there? It looks like it's all iced up at the bottom. You see where the at fins down there at the bottom? It looks kind of weird looking. Oh shoot, I lost the sound.
It is from Starlink that you are seeing these wonderful views of ship in space.
Satellites pose no safety risk to people on Earth or for other satellites in orbit. Now, this also ensures that any parts of these simulator Starlink satellites.
That was the only time we ever opened it.
All right, they're gonna
We've had
show the
Starlink
inside of it.
Simulators on the last 2 flights, but we haven't gotten to this moment yet where we're able to open up the payload door and
Here
start
it is.
deploying these.
This is
it's
the
gonna be pretty
inside,
cool.
the
We've got
inside
them
part.
stacked
Here's the
inside
other
of
cameras,
Starship
guys.
payload
What I was
bay.
telling you. There's 2
And
cameras
we'll
outside.
have
The other ones are
potentially
inside.
A couple of views. You saw one.
There it
camera
is,
pop up.
inside.
Yep, there we go.
Cool.
Look inside of
Cool.
the payload bay of Starship. You
All
can
the
see
ice.
them stacked down.
Now, chat, this is set up to put the Starlink satellites. This is the new setup. That it's flat satellites. They go up like this and they shoot them out like discs, like shot pucks. You know, like a shot puck in like hockey. It shoots it out like shoots out the satellites. Pew, 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 pew. and it's like it opens up the door like this, and then it just shoots it out. Pew, 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 pew. Like you're throwing money out like this. So that's what it does. It shoots it out like that, and that's how they're gonna be doing it, and that holds like 1,000 satellites. Like, you know, I mean, you know, our Starlink is gonna be, you know, I mean, if it ever went public, you become billionaires in no time. You know, Starlink is gonna be the #1 satellite company in the world. Satellite communication. There's gonna be telephone companies on Starlink. They're probably gonna buy T-Mobile most likely, or T-Mobile combination. It's gonna be 100%. Starlink will buy T-Mobile, and then there's gonna be SpaceX phones and stuff like that. That's the future. It's the future. So I promise you, honest, straight up, 100%. That's the future of SpaceX is it'd be satellite communications, and that's a big deal. So expect that. Expect that. All right. That's the #1 thing. That's where they're going to be making their bread and money from it. Is from billions of people around the world buying SpaceX phones and T-Mobile phones. They're probably going to buy a large portion of T-Mobile, and they're going to be like 60% shareholders, you know, of T-Mobile most likely. I don't know. That's just a prediction of mine. We'll see.
Down in the middle of your view, there's kind of 4 on either side, so they're sandwiched on top of each other, a stack of 4 right behind each other, and then we're gonna pop the door open. It's on the right side.
Welcome,
of your
Pam.
screen, so we'll see that
Lydia.
open up, and then start firing.
Welcome to
those
TikTok Live.
Starlink simulators out into
It's incredible.
space.
It's huge.
Real quick, I want to, someone asking why is it slowing down? The reason is it's still increasing in altitude. So remember earlier I talked about
You can
raising
fit
your altitude.
50 cars in
Your
there.
slowest at your highest point, your fastest at your lowest point. So you'll actually see that speed come back up when it gets back down.
Look at
to
it.
like
Look at it. Look at this.
179. But
Those are
currently
simulated satellites.
It's coming up to its apogee. So the speed is dropping, and then it will speed back up as it comes back down. It's
They
literally
got the
going
mechanism
uphill
already
still.
in there.
Even though it's in 0G,
Awesome.
it's still rising in orbit, so its velocity will slow down ever so slightly, and soon it'll start going back the other way, and the two will reverse.
What we're able to do.
That is cool.
That is freaking cool. That is cool.
Getting live video back is really cool, but just the amount of high-speed telemetry, everything we're able to get back is insane. And for a development program,
If you don't think that's cool, then
we're in excess of 130 or
I'm
160.
shook.
My numbers
I'm
are
really
fuzzy right
shook.
now, just like my brain is.
I'm so shook.
In excess of 100 megabits
Wow.
per second of downlink, and a lot of
So
that gets
slayed.
eaten up by video.
That's
We've got
so slayed. Oh
dozens
my
of
god,
cameras across Starship.
that
We added
slays.
several more.
I'm so
for
shook by
flight,
this.
you
It
saw
slays.
A couple of those as we have essentially 360 degrees. Ooh.
It was sleeping.
Doors open the pod bay door, Hal.
This was sleeping. I did not expect this. It was sleeping on me.
Or is that just a light?
This is special. Just to see this is intense. You have no idea. It's sexy. It's a snatch. Yeah.
We are expecting
Sexy.
the payload door
This- to me, this is
open
amazing.
any moment now.
The
So we're
future.
watching out
It's the
for that.
future.
Again, you're
Technology
looking at
is so
the
amazing.
inside of Starship as it's suborbital.
Someday humans will be in there,
By the way, most
living
of
in
the
there.
floating around is ice.
That's what's
and
so
the reason it's
sexy
moving
about it.
direction is depending on how the vehicle's venting. Where it's
1,000
venting
aura
from,
points.
we heard the
10,000
door
aura
was in
points. This is incredible.
Door's stuck.
It was unable to actuate all the way open, so they are going to close it back up. Hal told
Come on,
me
chat.
no. Said, I'm sorry, Dan. Can't do that.
Thank you so much for the donation,
Looks like we
guys.
won't
I
get the door
appreciate
open
it.
today.
Thank you. Oh my
But that's
gosh.
okay.
Thank you for the light.
This is obviously a test we want to be able to do before we're deploying.
Oh my
full-on
gosh. Thank you so
Starlinks.
much. Thank you.
But the real focus for this, now that we are in space, is getting to that reentry. That is
Wow.
the most critical phase of Starship.
That's insane.
That we still have to prove out.
Dang it. Okay, so no deployment. They still have a relight test coming up. And they
All right. Well, so it does look like we're not going to be able to
18 minutes
Starlinks today, but we should have.
They shut down.
Pretty frequent views from Starship. They might cut in and out every once in a while.
Okay.
Should be.
So, as you can see on the bottom right-hand corner, the location of the Starship is over the Atlantic Ocean near Venezuela, meaning they lack Starlink in that area. So it keeps cutting out, in and out. They don't have Starlink over there. They do have Starlink in Brazil over the continent, but they don't have it out in the ocean, which is a very hard thing. I mean, in that area, I think what it is that, I don't know, they need to deploy more in that area so that they have a better connection. And that's an issue that they're talking about right now.
Pretty regular. We are in darkness right now.
It's heading to India,
might be a lot of
the
black,
Indian Ocean.
But the cool part is when we get to reentry, it's going to be daytime.
Yes, and we did that on purpose so that we can get some live daytime views as ship is returning back to Earth.
All right, so we are going to take a break. Enjoy these views as we get them. Enjoy the tunes. We'll be back.
Look at everybody. Look at everybody. They're like, hey, can you imagine? Look how young everybody is.
I can't open those. The beta
They're all
butters,
excited.
All right, so this is why you guys watch here, so we can comment on a few more things and help answer a few more questions. And first off,
I mean, chat, would you be back there? I mean, is it? I mean, you be delulu about it. I mean, I think you guys wouldn't be able to make it back unless you're like a genius. Those are like all geniuses back there. There's not one dumb person in that whole room back there. These are all headhunting. These people are headhunted for the next SpaceX employee. These are all headhunted. These are future SpaceX employees or are SpaceX employees, and they're on their off day, and they're here to watch all their hard work from building this incredible Starship, and that's who they are back there. But these are they're super young, so that's crazy. It's amazing to see these people back there, and I'm not back there. That tells you something. Tim Dodd's not back there. He's in a house down there. He should be back there, but he's not. He was invited one time, but never been invited back again. So, I mean, he was there one time to interview Elon Musk. Let me tell you something, guys. Elon Musk is not an engineer. He doesn't claim to be an engineer. He has actually said, I'm not an engineer. I did not invent any of these things. I have hired people to do the job that is required to do to make this happen. That's all what I do. I manage the money flow. I create the jobs that need to be created. And, he cracks the whip and people move. And that's it. But that's the problem about being the whip cracker, is that he's dangerously the person that doesn't give the person enough sleep. He overworks people like slaves, or doesn't care about the people. He just cares about the outcome of the job. And that's why unions are created, to protect the workers so that they can go home and have a life where they can have a wife and children. Elon Musk always says, oh, we got to have kids. We have to have babies. But how are we supposed to have babies and kids if we can't have a normal life and have an 8-hour sleep period and have time to spend with our wives? I don't have a wife, by the way. I'm single. But to spend time with the people that we love and have children, or try to make a child, if you're not giving it,
You're slave driving these people just because you want an outcome, but you're a hypocrite, right? So that's the problem here. So I kind of dislike Elon because, but he does bring results in SpaceX, but who are the real inventors are the engineers. It's a woman engineer that created the landing system of the boosters of the rockets. It's a woman engineer, not a man engineer, a woman. A woman engineer created and invented this. And I don't think she works for SpaceX anymore. She actually works for herself. She's an outside contractor. So it's incredible. These people are just amazing. And that person should have all the credit in the world. Not Elon Musk. Don't ever worship Elon Musk, you know, just because he has money. You know, good for him. But I do really am our engineers are precious. Those people, we need to be protected. So that's the important thing.
All right, so we are going to take a break. Enjoy these views as we get them.
Heart just, I think everything in my body just stopped and was like, oh, cool shot. Yes, from our RoboCam. Being shooketh by the power of 33 Raptor engines. Oh, that's
33
cool.
Raptor engines.
The hole stayed open for a while. Yes. Did you say that was Steve-O? Good job, Steve-O. That's crazy that the connection actually stayed. Is this Burrito Cam?
They called their camera Steve-O.
Oh, baby.
After Steve-O.
Signature shot. Look at
and then
that
the
staying
burrito
right
cam.
The tip. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. That is so cool. Now that's a shot. And of course, we have Andrew Keating, who's mixing, recording real. It keeps coming back. Unbelievable. Hey, props to the Starlink team. Or Starlink. There's no way, because now we have all this interference of all this plasma, all this heat, all this gas, the tumbling. So the antennas would be pointing in the wrong direction. You would have never. Oh, listening.
Which is good. That is exactly what we planned for. We do plan for, if something does go a little bit off nominal, that we have enough airspace cleared out for situations just like this.
Yeah, re-entry is still just that really critical phase that we need to try and gather as much data, as much information as possible. Is a fully reusable heat shield has never been flown before in the history of space flight, and that's something that Starship still has to crack. And so we had a whole range of experiments on this one at this point, and we just started to lose some of our cameras. So it's very possible that we'll start to lose contact with Starship a lot sooner than we would have if it was a nominal reentry. So we are expecting it to break up essentially on its reentry over the Indian Ocean. So not able to do a lot of our on-orbit objectives today, but just the fact that we, got it into space was just a really big moment for a lot of the team.
Yeah, and another thing to note is that Super Heavy did fly for its second flight today. It first flew on Flight 7, and it made it all the way to our shutdown of all the engines and stage separation, getting ship into its suborbital trajectory today. It did ignite its 13 engines, but it did demise at that point. We did plan to fly it back down to Earth at a higher angle of attack, and we do expect it to stress the vehicle a lot more than what we've seen previously. So
Still
it's not
getting packets of information
that we
out
did lose the booster before
on
we
the
got
speed
to
and
the
altitude.
actual landing.
Yeah, it has to catch up.
So we're gonna continue to hang out and see if we get any updates on ship. It does look like we might be getting some video back soon. There we go. So this is a view essentially on the top part of Starship. You're looking up at the payload bay and towards the nose cone. So views are going to be a little bit scarce potentially, as again we are in essentially a tumble. We had lost that attitude control. So Starlink, when it's able to connect, able to feed this down, we
I think we might have
Controlled.
lost them. There we go.
To this phase.
And with the views that we are.
I think that's breaking up now. Oh man.
Oh
To
no!
see about 1400.
No, it's
degrees Celsius, and then you can see
melting!
the
No!
flap, feeling that temperature there,
Damn.
a little bit melting away. But as we expected with the
They need to
spinning
perfect
of the
that.
vehicle, we are no longer controlling the attitude of the vehicle. So this is now at this point in the test flight. It is expected to see it begin to demise a little bit on its way back down to Earth.
Yeah, and so we'll stick with it for as long as we're kind of getting any reach back from the ship as it starts to make this re-entry. But yeah, so it's re-entering actively right now. And again, we did do what's called passivation. So you essentially vent all of your excess propellant overboard before you hit the atmosphere. That's a safety measure we can take on the ship while you still have contact with it. So that was done. It's now coming down in the predetermined hazard area that was cleared ahead of flight. Not controlled, so we're not going to get all of that re-entry data that we're still really looking forward to. This is kind of a new generation of ship. It has different flaps, improved heat shield, a whole lot of things that we're really trying to really put through the ringer, as there's a whole lot we still need to learn before we get to kind of the next step that we're hoping.
All right, guys, that's it. That's the end of that. So they don't show it anymore, and that is the end of that show. I was looking at the rest of it, and they don't show it. They lost the starship on re-entry, and it just basically burned itself. I mean, they lost control. Once they start losing control and it gets closer to the ground, then they just destroy it, you know, once it loses control. But it's crazy. It was melting away. So they get a lot of sensor data. It's not like it's a complete waste. They basically get a lot of sensor data from everywhere. They got sensors all over the ship, everywhere. Like every inch of that ship has sensors, and all the people that work for that, all the engineers, they all have a part to play, and they got to perfect that starship. So they need to start building right away. Like tomorrow, they start rebuilding and making a better version of that, and making sure that it doesn't melt. And they do have a better heat shield. They're just testing this one to see if it fares better. And they're looking for a cheaper version than what they have, but it looks like they have to go with the most expensive version because the cheaper version doesn't work. So this is the thing. They have to try every component. They have to see what works, and you know, but I think it's a waste of money. They need to really focus on creating something that is going to be 100% the first time around, and stop wasting their time on testing inferior products on it. Stop having fun with it, you know. Stop playing with the Lego pieces. So. All right, chat. That's it. Thank you so much for playing with me on Destiny 2. The chat was about almost 3 hours long. And I appreciate everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me and watching the future of Destiny 2, real life, up in space. Thank you, Tim Dodds, for an amazing video. Thank you, Everyday Astronaut. And thank you to all those that play Destiny 2. Thank you to Pax. And a shout out to Bullet and everybody else that helped me out with the stream. So thank you, TikTok, for letting me stream on here, and Atomics, my agency. Thank you so much for hanging in there with me, and you guys are so great. So goodbye.